Aaron Judge would play every day in center field. He totally loves playing center field.
He would, but he hasn't. He's played 51% of the games.
Do you know
in center
why
field.
he hasn't?
Because he's DH.
The rest of his lineup isn't very good. He is the most valuable player by a long shot for the Yankees, so he needs to get him off his feet. Here's a DH day. They can't lose him. He's more valuable than, I know it sounds crazy, but DiMaggio, Mantle, look at the lineups. Even Bonds had Jeff Kent. This guy, he's got Gleyber Torres.
What's that got to do with playing every day?
They manage him. He has no control over that.
But those guys ran out there every day.
He runs out there every day.
Exactly.
He just doesn't get a chance to play the position he wants to play. Here's the lineup.
I think the one thing you're missing with Aaron Judge, he's 6'7". He's such a unique specimen.
He is.
And for him to even be in a group in center is what's fascinating about this. He's an amazing athlete.
There's no one sniffing 800 OPS in that lineup other than Aaron Judge. No one's close. It's remarkable what he's doing. And the conversation has been taking place all the time. Why are teams pitching to Aaron Judge? It doesn't really make sense. Tom Verducci did a breakdown tape on MLB Central this morning. I thought it was crazy. It was so good. There has been a hole in Aaron Judge's swing that teams have attacked. And that's why they continue, because they've had success before, going inside to Aaron Judge. And he has made an adjustment. You looked at Tom Verducci's tape. What did you think of it?
Tom was dead on. And every hitter, there's a hole. The great ones, Barry Bonds, Babe Ruth, Joe DiMaggio, that area that you can go to is very small. And that's what Aaron Judge has done now. He's a big, strong guy. So as a pitcher, what you want to do, you want to crowd him. But look what he does. This is a good fastball from Eovaldi, 93 miles an hour. He covers that inner quadrant, and that ball has some hair on it. That ball's coming in there with some zip. So what he's done, watch how short and compact that swing is. It almost looks like a golfer swing, how he stays connected to his body. This one is a little bit down. Now, that's a little bit easier for him to get to because it's down. All he has to do is drop the head of the bat to go get it. This is another look at it right here. A two-seamer that runs down and in, and it makes it very easy for him. Now, the issue with him is he had a problem with that ball inside. And so the book on him going into this season was get the ball in and crowd him. That's the place you have to go. Well, what he's done...
This is the same pitcher that you just saw last year.
Bingo. Okay, this is Armstrong in 2019. 3 consecutive pitches in a row, just peppering that up and in quadrant, 95 miles an hour. Now, you want to try that this year. Look what he's doing. He's covering that pitch. Greg, he has made himself such a dangerous hitter right now that the place to go is up and in, but there's such a small margin for error. 2019. Now, this ball catches some of the plate, and it beats him up, and he's a little bit behind it.
Well, he's focused on the hands.
He is, but look at it 2020. Now, this one's down. Now, his hands are a little bit higher, but this is a ball normally that he crushes. Look where his hands are now. Instead of behind his body, they're more out in front, and he gets that bat turned back, and he just couldn't get to that ball inside. Look at his hands where they're at now. They're away from his body, and I think that's enabled him to be able to clear his hips, to clear his front side, and he can get to that pitch. He's not tying himself up.
Yeah.
And so there's another look. You look at the left, you look at the right, and you have 2 lefties that want to try to get the ball in. And you can see where the catchers are sitting up. They want that ball. They want the ball in. Mm-hmm. And that's the place to get this guy. But
this year, that's not the place.
That's not working. And that's why. And the dangerous part about that is he's so big and so strong, and particularly at home in Yankee Stadium, every pitcher knows that short porch in right center field, right? Mm-hmm. You don't want to throw this guy away because he'll hit him to right field all day long. So you want to make him swing the bat. And the way to make him swing the bat is to try to crowd him, and he's combated that now.
And you know what Aaron Judge did? What I saw? All right, with his hands here, when you get your hands here, this means I'm trying to go inside out. And that's the swing. You always see guys warming up doing this. And that's Aaron Judge shooting the ball this way. If I got my hands here, now that allows me to drop the head and hammer anything in. Boom, I'm getting there. And you got to think inside pitch. And I said this early in the year, and I saw it last year. When Aaron Judge started pulling the ball, Now all of a sudden they're going to give him this pitch out here. And he can cover everything. So, yeah, this was his hole, but what he did by moving his hands out here was like, okay, now I'm going to be able to go boom and get there as opposed to here and I have a natural inside-out swing. He wants to shoot the ball that way. But if you're moving your hands out here, now I can drop that head and get through the zone.
And having the hands there, is it better for his long wingspan? You said tied up, Dan. Like shorter arm guys don't need to do that, but he needed
to clear his levers, so to speak.
Yeah,
clear your hands. But he made a nice adjustment.
I think when you look at all this, the bottom line for me is this: as a pitcher, when I'm watching this, he's seeing the ball so well right now that normally guys that hit 50 home runs, there's a lot of swing and miss. There's a hole that's big, down and away, up and in. I think the place to get this guy would be down and away with a good hard breaking ball, the slider, but it has to appear to be a strike. But when he's swinging good like he is now, he's not chasing that pitch. So it's ball one, and then you throw it again, and it's ball two, and now he's just sitting there like, okay, I'm waiting.
The other thing about Aaron Judge, he's an old school hitter. He wants to hit first for high average. He'll tell you that first thing. He's hitting 300 most of the season. What he does, what a lot of guys today do, they look out and react in. I don't know how they can do that, but that's what they're doing. He looks in now and can react out. I've always believed you look here and you can always go there. But it's awful hard to hit 95, 100 when I'm looking out there and I go like this. That ain't going to happen. So that's why so many guys are getting jammed or swing and miss. And I think Aaron Judge sits here and says, I can go in to out, as opposed to out to in.
It looked like he wanted to full extension of his arms to take the ball the other way. Now he's feasting on the inside part of the plate, a la Ryan Sandberg.
Yeah.
You couldn't throw a ball in there to Rhino. He'd take you.
You know the place that he's at too right now, Harold? We talk about this a lot. The worst place for a hitter to be is kind of that in between. You're out front of the breaking ball and you're behind the fastball. And right now he's in a good place that he's covering both. He is uber locked in right now.
High averages in all those pitches.
And I tell you what, and last thing on this point, if you watch The Captain, Derek Jeter's documentary, right? What did Derek talk about? He looked for a fastball every pitch. Even on a knuckleballer, look for fastball. If you talk to a lot of old-time great hitters, they look for the fastball every pitch and adjusted.
That's what Sean Casey always says. Get off the fastball.
I did it my whole career. But if you have tendencies, if there's a guy that throws you a lot of breaking balls, yeah, I'll start to look for it.